This is an update and a redo in the case of Psychic Judge Predicts the Future featuring Instant Karma. If you're just interested in the update part, go ahead and skip the first 10 minutes or so. You'll miss some of my killer edits, but I get it. Here's our defendant, Mr. Coleman. I get that same look on my face every time I see him interact with a judge. This is Judge Garrett. He's great. Don't come into his courtroom with an attitude, though, because he will shut it down. In a way, he reminds me of a football coach. It might get ugly, it's probably gonna hurt, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be better for it.
Mind removing your hood and whatever else that is on your head there, sir? All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the people versus Deshaun Coleman. It's case number 220-454-3701. Matter is set for a final pretrial conference on today. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the prosecution?
Gregory Tush for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andra Roberts appearing on behalf of Deshaun Coleman. Mr. Coleman, can you please unmute your device and state your name for the record?
Deshaun Coleman.
All right, thank you. Court notes also have the listed complainant in this matter. President, may I have your name, please, ma'am?
Ariel Alexander.
Thank you. What is the prosecution's pleasure at this time, counsel?
Attorney Tuj has a lot to say during this hearing, but it's all procedural, so I'm going to speed up his parts a little bit.
At the present moment, the people are unable to prepare or extend any offer to the defense and would have no objection to either a further final pretrial or if the defense is inclined to set the matter for trial and continue discussions as the date proceeds.
Attorney Roberts?
Your Honor, Mr. Coleman would like to continue his plea of not guilty. Respectfully ask that we schedule this on track for a jury trial. Just want the people to be advised that I did not see that we've received any discovery at this time from the people. We only have the investigator's report.
Attorney Tush, is there a discovery that needs to be provided at this point?
While he's checking on that, I'll go ahead and tell you, this isn't just some traffic ticket. This is a domestic violence accusation. The stakes are high. If that's not motivation to be on your best behavior, I don't know what is.
We have the complaint as well.
It seems I'm having difficulty locating it in my systems, and I can continue seeking the full discovery, whether it's from officers or within my own office, and send shortly after today's hearing, or send when available. I anticipate it to be shortly after today's hearing.
Okay, so let's do this then. The court is going to set this matter for trial. The trial date will be April 11th. And we'll have a final pretrial conference on this matter prior to that date on Friday, March 31st. The time will be at 9:45 a.m. As it relates to discovery, the court does want discovery to be provided to defense counsel.
Your Honor, can I ask a question?
It's not right now, sorry. By Monday, February 6th. And certainly there's, as information is discovered, there is an ongoing obligation of that to be provided to defense counsel as well. Anything further, Attorney Tush, on that?
No, Your Honor, and the people will do so, or will continue ongoing discovery.
All right, the final pretrial conference on the 31st, Miss Alexander, the court does want you there as well. Okay, ma'am.
Could
Okay.
I ask my question now, Your Honor?
Mr. Coleman.
That
No,
is my birthday.
no, 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 no. There's a process. I haven't forgotten that you have something that you want to say. And when we
All
get
right.
there, you have an opportunity to do it.
Continue on. Go ahead.
Sir, I don't need your instruction or help about what I'm doing. You just need to be quiet.
Anybody else feel like we're in juvenile court?
It's funny, I know. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's a gas. It's inappropriate, sir. Just be quiet. That's it.
It almost seems like he can't help himself. And this is purely speculative. But if he can't fight his impulses in a situation like this, it makes me wonder what he's capable of in the privacy of his own home.
Told me that already.
Mr. Coleman, thank
This
you.
is what we're gonna do here then. So Mr. Coleman has a problem with understanding the process, understanding how to
I don't
comport
have a
himself
problem with the process.
for a
Please.
court proceeding. And so we want to have Mr. Coleman in person. We'll set a new date. That'll be a little earlier to give Mr.
Thank
Coleman
you.
a proper understanding of what's happening. It's just you start the year off with goofiness, I guess. It's how things work. So let's that discovery date, let's make that the new final pretrial date. And that'll be an in-person proceeding for Mr. Coleman.
What day
When was that date? I didn't catch that.
Mr. Coleman, I think that you think this is cute. I will say
You didn't catch it either.
Mr. Coleman, please stop.
I will say that it's not cute. The issue is that there are individuals that are appropriate individuals to speak at a certain point in this process. Those people are certainly the judge, certainly defense counsel, and certainly the prosecutor. There are, and this is why this is important. You know, I understand that folks have their own perspective on how they think the court process should work, and everybody should be able to talk when and if they want to. But the silliness of it all is the reason why Mr. Coleman should be quiet is because he has the right to remain silent. That's the most important thing. And so me advising him to be quiet isn't because I want to rule this courtroom with an iron fist. It's just so that he does not say anything that can come back to bite him. But he's at time and he's still talking. It is amazing. It's amazing that someone cannot just sit quietly while someone else is talking. It's hilarious. Wow. I don't think this has ever happened with someone just you have to say something. It's crazy. So again, the date that the court is setting for an in-person proceeding is the 6th of February. I think that's what I said for discovery. And so we'll see where we are at that date time. That time will be 9:45. And so maybe by then the people will have certainly provided discovery and or reviewed their information to see if there's an offer to be provided, and we'll just take everything up then. Miss Alexander, you are excused from Zooming in at that date and time. However, you're free to do so if you so choose, or you are free to observe the proceeding via the court's live YouTube stream. Okay, ma'am?
Okay.
Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor, nothing further from the people.
Now, Attorney Roberts, I note that despite saying whatever he wanted to say, regardless, there was a question that Mr. Coleman had. And so I don't know if you want to speak with him about whatever that question is.
I think he was indicating that the final pretrial was his birthday in hopes of trying to get a different date. Has that been resolved, Mr. Coleman? Are we all set?
All set.
Okay.
Because I'll be out of town on that date.
I'd like to have a breakout room with Mr. Coleman, please.
Hold on. I have a court order here in front of me. I have a court order that says Mr. Coleman is not to leave the state of Michigan without permission of this court.
Okay. With that being said, I'm going to ask permission.
Mr. Coleman, you do not have this court's permission to do anything but follow what you've been ordered to do at this point. I'll leave it at that. So I laugh because people have everything that they want to do. Mr. Coleman on today has not comported himself to in any way, shape, or form to make the court grant him special permission to do anything. And I don't even remember the first date I gave or when his birthday is, and it's kind of irrelevant to what we're doing on today. But that being said, I would suggest that an individual that was in Mr. Coleman's situation not make any future plans up until this matter is resolved. And so the court's going to continue bond at this point, and we will see what's what on the 6th of February. Again, that will be in person for Mr. Coleman here at 36th District Court, 421 Madison, Detroit, Michigan, 48226 in courtroom 338. All right, so let us go on the record. The court calls the people versus Deshaun Coleman. It's case number 220-454-3701 matter before the court today for a final pretrial conference. May I have your appearances, please, starting with the people.
Gregory Tush for the people.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrew Roberts appears on behalf of Mr. Coleman. Mr. Coleman, please state your name, please.
Deshaun LeVar Coleman.
One more time, a lot louder for me, sir.
Deshaun LeVar Coleman.
All right, thank you. And I know we do have a trial date scheduled in this matter for the 11th of April. Are the people prepared to proceed with that trial date?
Yes, Your Honor, those people are prepared to proceed. I would note that this court's requested that the complaining witness be present. Efforts at this time.
Okay, so no plea deal yet.
The complaining witness has just appeared due to technological errors and difficulties with the complainant this morning. The complainant is calling in through Zoom.
All right, good morning. May I have your name, please? All right, thank you. Attorney Roberts.
Your Honor, Mr. Coleman wishes to continue his plea of not guilty and continue the jury trial, which is scheduled for April 11th.
All right, thank you. And then that is what we'll do. Have you received discovery counsel?
I believe I have to go back in the office to confirm. I know I have paper, but if I could just have one moment to tell the court if I'm receiving any digital.
Sure.
Thank you.
And we're going to speed up through here.
It appears that we do have written discovery as well as a police camera. I would just ask the people that at this time that if there are any 911 calls related to this incident by either the complainant and my client, that they submit those as well.
All right, Attorney, are you aware of that? Either at this time?
I am not currently in possession of either and not aware of either being preserved. However, I can see if the officer in charge has any such evidence in police possession.
Okay, so then let's check in on that on the 11th of March. That'll be approximately 30 days out from our scheduled trial date. Anything further from the people?
I got nothing further from the people.
Attorney Roberts?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Coleman, do you know why you're here in person on today?
No, I don't.
You have no idea.
No, just to waste time from work like this.
I'm sorry.
Just to get an excuse to get off work.
This kid is unreal.
I gotta go back.
Okay. You understand that you've been charged with a crime, sir?
No, I haven't.
You have not been charged with a crime?
I haven't been convicted and charged yet.
So why are you here then? Why are you even in court if you haven't been charged with a crime?
You guys are trying to charge me with a crime.
You guys are trying to charge me. How old are you, sir?
27.
How far did you go to school?
I graduated
From where?
high school,
What high school, sir?
Clintondale High School,
Clintondale High School. All right. Where is that?
Clinton Township.
Okay. And where do you work?
I have 2 jobs, sir.
So what are your 2 jobs, sir?
I work on a high-low at LG, and I work on a high-low at Makeup International.
Okay. And you've held those jobs for how long?
Over 2 years.
Okay. So this may come as a shock to you, but you've been charged with the crime of domestic violence, sir. That is why you're in court.
So, okay. What is that?
I know there are people out there who think this judge is antagonizing him just to be a jerk, but I'm gonna push back on that. I think Judge Garrett is going above and beyond to help this kid. Based on his Zoom appearance, it was clear he didn't know how to behave. And based on what's happening right now, he has no business in front of a jury.
Court didn't question Mr. Coleman regarding the conviction. We're far afield from a conviction, but how you get into court, sir, is you get charged with the crime. And once you're charged with the crime and you come to court, there is a process. And that process involves appearing in court. Are you listening, sir? I want you to look at me when I'm talking.
I'm listening to you. I hear everything you're saying, sir.
I would like you to listen to me and look at me when I'm talking to you, sir. I think that's a sign of respect, and that lets me know that you're understanding what I'm saying to you. So there's a process once you get charged with the crime and you have to come to court. Once you come to court, there's an expectation for particular behavior. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
And the court's expectation is not to have an individual talk over, cut them off, or be flippant in their words and or mannerisms. Does that make sense to you, sir?
Yes. May I have a question?
Sir,
Next question.
you'll have an opportunity to speak. I wanted you here in person because I wanted to get a gauge of your understanding of this process. When I last saw you on Zoom, you were in the wrong court. But the time prior to that, it appeared to me that you had no understanding of what was going on. And so I wanted to be clear with you that I could try to give you that understanding on today. So the expectation of the court is that a person that, are you chewing gum, sir?
No, I'm not.
The expectation of the court is that you conduct yourself in a respectful and appropriate manner. Frankly, your first court appearance, that did not happen from your end. Believe that you were very, very disrespectful to the process. That doesn't make this a personal thing. I don't know you from a can of paint. But I think a young man of your age should understand that this situation is a serious situation and that you should approach it as such. And if someone is instructing you, particularly the judge, then it makes sense to listen to what that person is saying. This is for this particular court case and any other court case that you may have. Of course, not wishing further criminal cases on you. But in the event that you encounter the criminal justice system in a different form before a different judge, just want to forewarn you that your behavior, even on today, may not come off as well. And this is a brother-to-brother moment. I'm cautioning you that the attitude that you're displaying is not becoming of someone that is taking this matter serious. You understand that, sir? Can you speak?
Yes, I didn't know if I could or couldn't.
I'm really not liking his chances.
Well, if I ask you a question, the hope, because someone's reporting this, is that you actually respond audibly, because otherwise it wouldn't make it into the transcript. So you do understand me, sir?
Yes, I understand.
Do you have a question, sir?
No, I don't. But respectfully, I do have a statement.
Guys, don't worry, it's fine. He said respectfully. Surely he wouldn't make the same mistake. I mean, what could he possibly say to make the situation worse?
You have a statement you'd like to make. What is your statement, sir?
This isn't my first time dealing with the court process, so I understand completely the process of the court. This isn't my first time dealing with the court process, so I understand completely the process of the court.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
Well, I'm not here to disagree with you on that, but I guess our original issue as to whether or not you've been charged and or convicted and all that flies in the face of whatever it is you're saying. I don't think that you necessarily have the appropriate understanding, but I hope that this conversation will bring you to some sort of understanding that your behavior is not going to cut it. I think that this court, me in particular, is pretty understanding of the stress and how that may make folks act out, do uncharacteristic things, or exhibit behavior that's not necessarily putting themselves in the best light. But there'll come a point where the court may not allow that to go on anymore. You understand that, sir?
Yeah, I understand.
Is that a yes, sir?
Yes, I understand, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Turner?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Anything else you want to say, sir?
When's my next court date, and do I have to be here in person? That's it.
You certainly have to be here in person. The next court date is on April 11th.
Oh, so the March 11th, that's just sort of an informal.
That's for us.
Okay, okay. Okay, March 11th. And, okay, 9 a.m. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day, Mr. Alexander. You be well.
Can I get some type of excuse for work?
Oh, perfect. Do you need his license?
I think the judge did everything he could to impress upon him the seriousness of this situation, but I'm not sure it did any good at all. I don't have a good feeling about his trial. I don't know what to think, but I'll see you guys in the comments. Until next time.